Hello and welcome to Shirley Tim's Fun Bunker. I'm Tim. I shot the episode last night and it was just an intro. This is my DC episode because I made a comment about DC. I quit quite a few titles when the New 52 hit, and I wasn't a huge fan of it to begin with. But then after a while, it was about 5 or 6 months ago, I decided, well, screw it, I'm going to reread the old ones, the first couple issues of each of the stories that I kind of liked. And I decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and collect them. So this is my DC show. Now, granted, this isn't DC, but I just got this through the mail today and I read through it real quick. And it's called Kill All Monsters. The first volume, there's only going to be two because it says it concludes, so I'm assuming two. Volume 1 is Ruins of Paris, and it's a story called Kill All Monsters. A lot of fun. Really cool kaiju story. It's a lot of fun. I don't know if you can probably find it on Amazon, relatively cheap. But I just finished it, and it was actually a lot of fun. Now, another book that I've just finished was, I know a lot of you have run Batman 66. I picked it up. It was a lot of fun, but I'm not going to continue the book. I'm not a real big Batman fan to begin with. I remember watching this when I was a kid, and I was just curious. So, entertaining, but I'm not going to keep it going. So, but moving right along, another title. Actually, there's a freebie that I was given by my comic dealer last time I was there. It's that All-Star Superman Special Edition #1. I read it a while back, so I really didn't need to, but it was a freebie. Now I started getting Adventures of Superman. I got Volume 1 and, well, #1 and #2. I'm not really impressed with this. It said it was a bunch of little mini stories and everything, but it seems to be oddball stories that really don't even involve Superman. And I was just excited because this was non-continuity stories, and he was in the classic costume. He wasn't in this new costume because I do not like Superman from the New 52 stuff. I just really don't enjoy it. But that was Adventures of Superman. Now, the series that really caught me off guard, I never really read it when it was in its Vertigo run, but I was somewhat intrigued by the character because I saw the movie Constantine, and the first time I saw it, I thought it sucked. I rewatched it kind of just with an open mind and said, okay, it's not Constantine, it's just a really good horror movie, or slight horror movie. But I started getting Constantine, and I've been actually kind of impressed by it. I still need to get #4. I think it's probably going to be up to 5 now, but really good book. I was really impressed by it. It was one of those things that I just did not expect. So I'm picking that up normally. But the only superhero book I'm picking up from DC, I reread #1 of Flash. I was trying to sell it on eBay through a friend, and it just wouldn't sell. So I was like, well, I'll reread it and see what I think of it. And when I reread it with more of an open mind, I was relatively impressed. So after #1, I found 17 in a discount box, snagged it. Then I went to my comic dealer and I started at 19. So I've got 19, 20, and 21. I don't know if there's a glare on these or not, but if there is, you guys can yell at me later, which I'm okay with that. But it's actually written pretty well. I've really been kind of shocked because I was never really a fan of Flash before. A little here and there I kind of dug, but it just wasn't the thing that I was into. But actually, Flash has actually become really cool. Another title I bought #1 of when it first came out, it was Justice League Dark. I was mildly impressed with it, but I get so ticked off about the New 52 stuff, and my dealer kind of, he wasn't really pulling my list the way I wanted to, so I just quit. So I read #1 again, and I actually kind of enjoyed it, so I told my new dealer, I was like, well, I want to start it again, so I got 19. I started almost all my books at 19, and there's 20, and then there's 21. So I'm current with what's there. I think I'm just going to go ahead and, when I get the opportunity, I'm going to go ahead and buy these and trade. I think that's going to be the easiest way for me to handle it. Now, the other one that I picked up, my dealer had this up just like a month or so ago, so I mean, it was #1, which came out several months ago, of Phantom Stranger, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really well written. and it had me hooked. It had me hooked from the beginning. So I've got 7 and 8. Issue 9's out. I've actually got issue 10, but since I'm missing 9, I don't put it in here until I've read it. So, but that was Phantom Stranger. It's really kind of a good title. I really kind of dug it. Now I know a lot of you guys read this one, and I kind of went past my whole thing of I don't like Superman 52 stuff. But Superman Unchained, I really needed to check it out because I figured, well, I'll give it a try. Story wasn't bad. I was mildly impressed with it. But my biggest problem was, and I think everybody will agree, all the shows that I've seen, everybody said basically the same thing. I felt like I had to be a contortionist to read the poster without tearing it out of the book, because of course I'd like to keep it there. And like I said, it bragged a poster was in the issue, but it really wasn't a poster. It was just another page. I'm assuming, because I've ordered the second issue. If it's any good, I may keep it going. If not, I might just pick it up and trade. And I might just go ahead and sell this online while the fire's still hot. I'll go ahead and sell it that way. Now, the one that really impressed me from the very beginning, but like I said, I stopped all the books because I wasn't really satisfied with what was going on with my dealer. But the Swamp Thing issues. This book is just amazing. And I had my original 3 issues because I really didn't want to part with them because I really kind of enjoyed the story. But again, there was issue 3, and I started it over again at 19. And these stories are just downright amazing. I've just really been impressed with them. And of course, the last issue has Constantine in it. It's something to do with a whiskey tree. Some guy named Cedar drops a seed and lets this thing grow, and it's a really good story. If you're not reading Swamp Thing, give it a try. It may be worth the read. If you've ever liked Swamp Thing in the past, it's kind of cool. I wouldn't say it's on par with the Alan Moore stuff, which seems to be the holy grail of Swamp Thing. But it is really well written. And the artwork's really good. It started off with Paquette doing the artwork. I believe that's how you say his name. And now it's Kano's doing it. And I think Kano's really kind of taken the ball and run with it. So, but that's been my DC show. I'm going to go ahead and stop this one right now so I can maybe get another one shot. I might do a couple of Marvel shows. So, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for the encouraging words from everybody. It's good to be back. So, thanks a lot, and I will see you during the next episode. Bye.